Welcome to Saltmarsh's Isle of Dread, session 38. Jumping right in, we last time you guys managed to get to this sort of the entrance to this plateau, and there was a 300-foot long, almost 300-foot long bridge that you got over. You fought off some, really nasty pteranodons and these two weird golem type totem golem creatures. You managed to get across, and there was a big wall of mist and fog, and you couldn't see any further. But when you got over, you defeated the golems, and the mist and fog has dispersed, and in front of you are miles and miles of verdant green grassland. And you all notice very clearly that this is a different part of the Isle of Dread. You've been slogging through jungle and hill and mountain for a while, mainly very dense vegetation for most of the time you've been here. This is much different. It is cooler. It feels like even though you're not necessarily at a higher elevation, things do feel cooler. There's a breeze. You are, for the first time in a number of weeks, it is a refreshing break for you. The sun is out as well. As you look off into the distance, you can see a couple of miles ahead, but you can see that it's very spread out, so you can't see really many details, but it goes on for miles and miles. About how many miles? Let's say about 10, 15 miles, you think, ahead of you. Can't see what's there to get there, but there is a very large mountain ridge that sort of juts up really high and disappears into some clouds. It is a number of miles, thousands of feet tall. That's sort of in the middle, right in front of you. To the right side, you think there's maybe some forest, some kind of trees over there. But again, you can see about 2.5 miles in front of you. But you do believe this is a very, you're at whatever the plateau was, you're here. So, does anybody have any questions or wants to check on anything before we go further?
Am I the only one on this side of the bridge?
You guys you're all across the bridge now.
And have we done a long rest?
You've not done a long rest now. No.
Yeah, because I'm like at 10 hit points after all that beating I took.
Yeah,
10 hit points. Wow.
Yeah,
10 hit points. Wow.
we might want to take somewhat of a break.
Sorry guys, hold on a second. Can somebody also just double check our Twitch stream to see if we're...
I just did. We're all good.
Oh, good? Excellent. Okay. You're in the middle of your sort of open area. And of course, my notes, I don't have the time of day, so that's great. Good job, DM. But I don't believe it's not been all day. So you guys had slept. This is a relatively early encounter that you had, but you're wanting to take a break. Is that what you're saying?
I'll just let me throw some heals into our party member, and we can continue on.
So you'd like to take a short rest? Is that right? Or a short rest, or you just want to throw some healing?
Throw some heals, and we'll just move on.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do right there. I'm just going to cast Aura of Vitality on myself. And then for the next minute, so combat is what, 6 seconds?
Yep, so 10 times.
10 times 2d6 to regain hit points. And I'm going to push it into our hurt rogue, and then I'll move it into anyone else that needs it.
Okay, so go ahead. Let's do some rolls. Jeff, how many hit points are you down again?
I'm down 25.
Okay, so why don't you go ahead and roll your 2d6? Roll 2d6 and see how many rolls is it going to take to get you up 25 hit points.
There's once, twice,
3 times a lady. Well, that's age.
Um,
Anybody watching this, you guys know how old we are. And if you understand that, then you're the same age, so good, congratulations.
Let's see, that's
19, 29.
Okay, I'm full.
Okay.
So you got
Next.
6 rolls left.
Yeah. Anyone else need healing?
Nope, I don't need any. No, I'm full.
Okay.
I'm casting that for myself. Everyone's topped off.
Yep, fantastic.
Yep.
Okay, so really important question, you guys. You did actually leave your Triceratops back in the across the bridge. So I do need to know what you want to do with that, or with them. Sarah and Tri-Tip.
Polymorph one and float the other one across.
I can do the polymorph part. Which is the like fly, or
We can polymorph one, and then the other one, I believe, one of us has the ability to like levitate or something.
that's on the on the sword.
On the sword?
Which sword?
The sword that's on loan to you, I believe, Jeff.
It'll make levitation?
Yeah.
Really?
I didn't know that.
Trying to go down. I think that was, unless you have a different +1 short sword, but I think that was the Erectus.
Erectus. Good call. Yep. Who's got that? That's
I have it, I guess. Because I was loaned it because I didn't have anything other than my non-magical weapon, so...
Erectus. +1 short sword. Detect metal and levitate 3 times per day. You can cast levitate.
Or you can actually cast levitate on both of them, and we just push, and we can move.
Save your spells.
Gotta keep that in mind, guys. That's a pretty. So tell me. So let's just look at levitate, though. How long does levitate last for? The spell levitate. I'm gonna throw this into the chat if you can see that.
No, I can't.
Nope. Spell levitates a target that weighs up to 500 pounds. These Triceratops are more than 500 pounds.
Yep. Oh well.
And how many times can you cast polymorph?
I do that once.
And by the way, levitate only is concentration up to 10 minutes.
Would
Moot point.
If I were to cast fly on them, would they be a willing creature?
You've got them trained enough. They'd have to roll. You'd have to do a roll because I don't think you've cast fly on. Have you cast fly on these guys before? No.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
First weapon.
When we first met them.
When you first met them, you had them fly. You did, didn't you? Yes, the
Yes, we
flying
did.
Triceratops. So yeah, I'm gonna say that you can do it again.
So I will cast fly at 4th level, which lets me do 2 creatures.
How heavy?
Doesn't say.
A willing creature. It is a creature. It's a.
Could I?
If you know what interestingly, if a whale, which can breathe air, if you cast fly on a whale, theoretically the whale could fly too, right? Sorry, that's a player
You could
viewpoint.
also pass it on a donkey when donkeys fly.
When donkeys or pigs. Hey, pigs can fly.
When pigs fly.
There you go. Yep. Go talk to a soothsayer. Like when pigs fly, then this will happen. And pigs fly by. Like, oh no.
I can make that happen.
You could. There you go. Very good. Okay, so yes, you're able to. You're able to get these. They said like, okay, these. So tell me what you want to do.
So, Kane, I think, has the best animal handling, right?
Check. I've got a +4. Okay.
I have +1.
And I have +5.
So perhaps the two of you should be our pilots. And I'll take care of casting fly on the creatures, and you can then direct them to fly across the chasm.
So okay, so you're gonna have the pilots like them on the Triceratops as they're flying, and okay,
How?
sure. You can just you can get them to fly, right? Come here, boy. After you okay, well, I mean, okay, so that's fine. I need.
We could lead them across, like, Triceratops balloons.
Someone could hold 2 torches and direct them this way.
Come on, buddy.
Yeah. Come on, boy. So okay, each one of you guys give me an animal handling check. Because you've done it before, it's not too difficult. However, this is it's a very deep cavern, and they don't like it. Let's just say this: they've done it before, but they don't like it. So give me an animal handling check, each of you. It's a DC 10. It's pretty easy. There you go. All right, so you guys managed to they're like not panicking, but they're you hear the heavy breathing, but you're able to get them in, and you get them to land basically right with the rest of the party.
So once they are safely across, I will break concentration on that.
Good. So your Triceratops are with you now, and again, it's everybody except Jeff is riding them. Is that right?
That's
Yeah,
correct.
right? Okay. So yeah, your Triceratops are with you. What would you like to do
when
now,
I break
guys?
concentration, I'm going to yell at them, "You're grounded!"
All of you guys laugh. You're sure that you swear that it was Tri-Tip that smirked a little bit when he said it, but you weren't sure.
He is the more
He's the-
humorous.
He's the scamp. He's the the other one. She's more serious. Sarah's more serious. Okay, so now what do you want to do? The whole party's there. You've got yourselves healed up. Where are you gonna go? And by the way, so the ridge goes as far as you can see to the right, far you can see to the left. The plateau is full on you're at the edge of the plateau right now. We're directly in front of you, about 10 miles ahead. You can see this sort of mountain range or mountain range going to the north.
Is there a road or like a path up from the bridge?
There's no. Interestingly, there is no path. It's grassland. There's no visible path.
Luckily, we have Triceratops that can bust their way through any sort of underbrush there might be.
This is very easy. It's a foot high grass. It's very easy to maneuver. This is not difficult terrain at all. And again, the ground it's dry. It's not muddy or even rocky. It's very flat. Imagine it's the plains. Right?
I'm not seeing any of our characters, including myself.
Can you not see the?
We're kind of bottom
I can
center.
see the end of the bridge and a little bit of green and
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
what appears to be.
So
I don't see our tokens.
okay, so no, what we've done, I've added this token. So I will. I'm giving you guys all access to this token. Tell me if you can see this.
Yes.
Okay. Can you now see the Poseidon right here? I'm moving it a little bit.
Yes, I can see that.
Okay, so that's your token. That's your party token. Okay.
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 And again, it's it's basically these are mile hexes. Okay. So, yeah, about a mile. These are not very far. These aren't very far at all. And let's just do this. Yeah, so again, it's yep. So again, you guys can travel basically 6 times as many hexes per day on this map than you have been in the past. Essentially, if you're a normal pace, you can cover 24 miles per day, which is 24 hexes. So if you're a slow, cautious pace, 18, fast, careless, 30. So tell me if you can you see the 2 miles in each direction, sort of the 2 hexes in each mile in each direction?
Yes.
Okay, good. So again, it's not foggy anymore. It's bright. Again, you can see over here. Coming up, you can't see the terrain at all, but you can see above there's sort of mountains going into the clouds ahead of you up over here. I'll give you a little bit of view here because you can kind of see this up here in the mountain.
I say we go towards the mountains.
I'm down with that.
I mean,
Might as well.
it's too bright out to ask my God where we should go.
Okay, so you're gonna go ahead. Excellent.
Yeah, go north.
All right. All right. So I'm gonna move you guys. You tell me where we're gonna go, and I'll give you some more visibility. Okay. So you want to go north, but sorry, you can go northeast or northwest. Okay, you're going northeast. Excellent. So, okay, you guys it's pretty straightforward. You managed to go another mile. And why am I revealing areas a polygon reveal? That's what I'm supposed to do. There we go. Oops. Okay. Yeah, so you go a mile. You go basically a mile. Doesn't seem to be any big problems. Can I get Jeff? No, I'm gonna start with Greg. Roll a 1d6, please.
6.
Thank you very much. You go another. Oops. Oh, come on. And then you go another mile. Boom, boom. And it's still more grassland. It's as you're chugging along here. It's pretty. It's pretty boring, which is interesting. It's just grassland. Occasionally, though, even during this first mile, you sometimes hear. I guess, and Greg, give me a nature check, please. Yeah. So You hear, you can see birds occasionally, just regular forest birds, sort of flocks of them flying by. Nothing too crazy, big, or like pteranodon-ish. But you can also hear. You think it's like deer or boar. You hear sort of wild animal noises. You're sure that you can hear. You're sure that there's like elk. There's some elk sounds. You guys all can hear this because you've encountered some of these elk before. But these are they've got very deep, loud voices. You're like, okay, that's interesting. And then you can also hear there's boar sounds. You don't know where, sort of off from the northwest or northern areas. But you can't quite point it. Point it. Put your finger on it. That's it. Okay, and as you continue to go north, you get here. Jeff, please roll a 1d6. Okay, so you guys get here. Gone about 3 miles. We gonna still. Again, it's getting. So I gotta backtrack a little bit. So again, I think you got to the plateau and the bridge noonish, early afternoon kind of thing. And so now you've gone another hour and a bit. So it's still like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And so these are the 3 miles that you've gone. You want to keep going north?
Might as well.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna give each one of you give me a nature check or a perception check. And I know you're super eagle-eyed there, Logan.
Yeah.
Wow. Great, Kane. As you guys are heading north, everyone's keeping their eye on things. Your literal elven eyes or your dwarven eyes, which is weird. Weird. I mean, highly attuned to forest type things. You swear that there's sort of a wooded area over here. You can see sort of you say, okay, I think I see. Okay, there's like some peaks of trees. Not too big, but you think over this area there's a little bit of a forest. Not sure.
Put that out to the rest.
What's that?
I'll just relay that information to the rest of it.
Okay.
There's trees over there.
Yep.
I say we maybe go over there and explore the trees. I mean, it might be. What time of day is it?
It's 3 o'clock.
Might be a good place to set up camp.
Works for me.
Okay, so you're gonna head east then? Got it.
Yep.
Okay, you're heading towards you guys decide to head over towards what appear to be trees. And yeah, lo and behold, there's some trees. You start getting it doesn't seem to be very large, but yeah, it looks like a bit of a small forest. These trees are not your typical jungle trees either. They seem to be more, ironically, they seem to be deciduous trees. They're still green right now, but you're like, okay, those don't seem to be like ferns or things you'd find in a jungle. Steve, give me 1d6, please. All right, and you go another mile in, get to the end, and Logan, can you now?
What do you need? 1d6?
1d6, yep.
3.
Okay. Again, don't see anything that's out of the ordinary. You get you're now at the edge of the jungle or the forest. It is a very thin jungle, a thin forest, but nice and peaceful. Imagine a meadow with a nice sections of forest. So again, you see there are some birds, some that you've seen before, others that are very exotic, like very colorful. Jungle type birds, but like, okay, well, they're in a deciduous forest. Interesting. So now you're basically at the edge of the forest. What do you want to do? Okay.
Sorry,
Follow
Tracy,
like the line.
What's that?
Tracy was asking me a question.
Oh, sorry.
We want to like follow the tree line, so we can still see out in the plains, but stay close to the forest.
Okay.
We'll start traveling back north then, I'm assuming. Right?
Yeah.
So you go to the next hex to the northeast. Oops. Okay. And Jeff, give me a 1d6. Okay. Yeah, don't notice anything crazy. Okay, you go here. It's now, you go 1, 2, 3, 4. It's almost, you're going to be going through some forest. Did you want to go, like, you said that you wanted to look for a place to camp? Anywhere in this jungle, in this forest seems to be good campgrounds. Again, trees are not too tight together. There's lots of space. You guys can easily make a comfortable campground. In fact, if you weren't adventuring, you would love to come and just set up camp here. It's a nice time in the woods.
I say we set camp.
Oops.
Thanks, so too.
Set up camp? Okay. It is, alright. It is about 4 o'clock, you know, sort of getting like time to chill out, time to rest up. Okay. It's about 6 o'clock now. You've got a clearing ready to go. Are you using Liam's tiny hut like you always do? Or are you setting up proper, regular outdoor camp?
I'd say we use Lima's tiny hut, but we still need to run watch in case our Tri-Tip and Sarah get in trouble.
Okay.
I'm an elf, so I only really need 4 hours of sleep anyway.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, half elf.
Half elf. So you only need half sleep. Got it. Okay. So that night or that evening, as you're sort of sitting, are you having a fire and proper campsite, or are you just eating rations or good berry?
Oh, we're eating the best food and water that my God can provide.
These berries are just delicious. I got it. And didn't you guys have a whole bunch of elk meat that I guess you gave it to the villagers, right? You didn't keep that the now rancid elk meat. Have you?
No, I have that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I cast it every night.
Right. Well, it's
So-
bland but nourishing. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. You are cooking your delicious, bland meal. Kane, give me a survival check, please.
Alright.
Legolas and Ervin, you do the same.
Survival?
Yep. Oh, wow. Legolas, while you guys are sort of out, getting some firewood, it's a little bit cooler, so you're like, okay, fire would be nice. It doesn't seem to be so, well, unless you guys do want to not use a fire. As you're scrounging around the forest, Steve, you find some what appear to be pepper, little pepper stalks, and you see that it's not it's not exotic. You've seen them before, and it's very clearly pepper stalks. And you also know that some of them seem to be a little dry. You can spice up the food a little bit. So as you create your bland food, Legolas provides some locally scrounged spice to add something to your meal. As you guys are sitting around eating this now not bland food, Aravan hears in the distance. He looks up, and I think you guys do notice it as well. To the north, you hear you hear a loud, guttural. What's the right way to say it? Honk. So it seems like an elephant. You guys know what an elephant sounds like, so it sounds sort of like an elephant. And as you sort of peer over, you can see in the distance, just outside of some of these trees, there appear to be these two massive, hairy, elephant-like creatures. Two big tusks. One of them only has a sort of half a tusk, and they're both sort of sauntering over towards the northeast. Not really paying anybody the time of day, and they're about a mile away. But you can see all they're so big you can see them a mile away.
Okay.
Your Triceratops look up and they look over, keep munching on some of the foliage, put their head down again. Kane, you're very interested. You've never seen a creature like this before.
I want to go over, see how close I can get.
Okay. You want to go and sort of track them or approach them?
Yeah.
Okay. Sort of walk over there. Hey, I'm Kane. How you doing? Or what's in sort of what not ranger, but how do you want to do it? How do you want to go out approach them?
I still want to keep my distance. I just want to get close enough to like see them and sort of see what they're eating particularly.
Okay.
And maybe go and grab some of whatever that is and try to approach them with that to see how close I can get.
Okay. So you get about half a mile away. So is anyone else going with Kane here? Or are you like that damn druid doing his druidy things? Yeah.
I'll go with you.
Okay. Other guys? Legolas, Kane, Clay?
No, I'm gonna stay back at camp.
Same.
Okay. Okay, good. Anyone watching this? Everyone's going, splitting the party again? Wow, these guys really, really, really know what they're doing. We'll see what that means. Let's not read too much into it. So you get you get about 1,000 feet away from them, and as you're getting up there, you're sort of cautiously looking around. Again, there's not really any. It's thinned. The forest is thinned out. It's more like plains, and again, it's not really a place to hide. But you sort of approaching. They actually look over, and then they look back and just keep walking. They seem to be ignoring you. But they are literally, it's a literally 10-foot tall, massive, elephant-like creature. They are great. How am I going to describe this? They are, hold on a second. Who do we lose? Just lost somebody. Just lost Greg. And he kind of needs to know what's going on. Oh, there he is.
Sorry, it froze me.
There you go. So I stopped. So it's like a gray brown, long, shaggy fur elephantine creature. The tusks are upturned. One of them and one of them's only half, and they got a dangling trunk. Big thick legs, and they're not eating. They're moving mainly, just sauntering very, very slowly towards the northeast. Once in a while they stop, and there's two of them. Once in a while they stop and just munch a little bit on the grass, but they're and Kane, give me an insight check, please, not a nature. I want an insight check. You too, Aravan.
Nature?
Nate, no, an insight check. Excuse me. Okay, so Kane, you notice that if you had to guess, these seem to be older creatures. They don't seem to be very young and sprightly. They're kind of lumbering. You notice that they've got like some scratches and scars, like old, like decades old, long-term kind of scars, and they're sort of sauntering. They're not a care in the world kind of thing, but they seem to know exactly where they're going. And so how close do you want to get? Or is there
What
anything you want to do?
direction are they going? I kind of want to know that.
Northeast. So they're going northeast.
Okay.
So yeah, from where you are, exactly northeast. Yeah, basically northeast.
I want to get within maybe 50 feet.
So you get to about 50 feet, and then they stop and then they just, one of them looks at you and starts going. The other one, who's behind the first one, looks at you and goes, and sort of comes up a little bit, and then looks over at you and stops. Still stops.
I'll back off maybe 5-10 feet.
It immediately starts walking again. So, yeah, it didn't like that. It was too close. Maybe that was too close. But again, and as you also notice, I mean, they're leaving tracks. They're leaving clear. They're not trying to hide anything. Again, they don't seem to be prey, and they also don't. But at the same time, they don't seem to be predators either. So, and don't seem to be hungry. So there you go. They're going to the northeast.
I look up in the which book was it? Not the Monster Part 1, but the
the Hammond's harvesting guide.
Not Hammond. I think we had a
Volo's. You had Volo's guide. too.
Volos. Yeah. Are they in there?
They're not in Volo's guide. No. These are new creatures. You've never seen them. You've never seen them in a book either.
I definitely.
But they are elephant. They're like elephants big elephants with fur.
I want to take notes on those and the bird ones we saw earlier.
Okay.
That was one of our things. We needed to find new creatures for
Volo. Yep. So as you're doing that, you're just sort of jotting down what they look like, and okay, you know what? I don't know. I'm going to call this a mastodon. Okay, so that's what you decided to call it. Jeff, you or Ervan, this is a little bit boring for you. You can see Kane, really getting off on this one. So, but how long do you want to do this, and what do you want to do? You want to keep following them?
Well, I'm sticking with him. I'm keeping an eye out around us, other than those creatures, because I figure he's got an eye on them. I will keep my eyes out everywhere.
So you're Overwatch here? Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. I want Legolas and Clay to roll a 1d6, please. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, so they're traveling. It's been 15 minutes, and they keep going. How far do you want to follow them, or how long do you want to follow them? Okay.
probably for an hour. Just getting good detailed drawings, seeing what they eat, that sort of thing.
Okay, so I've now got to I am splitting the party. I'm gonna just move. I'll do a X here. So you're now here, Kane. So both of you guys are you're one hex northeast. That's where they are. So it's been he said an hour. So you can go. No. Okay, so let's do this. It's one thing I don't like about Roll20. When you stop doing it, changes the So as they are, so you now get to about here. Sun is coming down quite a bit. So this is like, again, it's about 8 now. It's about 8 at night. Still clear out. And and Clay, this is something you notice. Yeah, so it's, as the sun goes down, the moon comes out, and it is full moonish kind of thing. It is very well. It's not a full moon. It's a 3/4 moon, but it's bright. It's clear. Stars are out. Nary a cloud in the sky. There don't appear to be a lot of clouds in the sky, but there are still clouds around that sort of mountain range in the distance.
Okay.
Yeah, and so you also see Kane in front of you. You can sort of see them, these mastodons, heading towards what appears to be a bit of a river. There's some water, less of a river, more of like a big stream kind of thing, in front of you. So yeah, you're like 2 miles now from camp. Do you want to just keep following the Macedon?
No, I think now's a good time to turn it back around.
Turn it back around. Okay. Good stuff. Right. Anything you want to do, Erevan? Anything more you want to do, Erevan?
Keep my eyes out for anything coming from other than the direction that we're going.
Okay. Sounds good. You guys managed to go back to you can haul a little bit faster now that now you're not following these plodding Macedons. What the goddamn hell? Sorry. Can you please move the damn token? What, I can't move the token? Is that the problem? It's moving. Select and move. I don't know what the hell I've done. Okay, fine. Screw you. No, I've just... Okay. So the red dot is where... It's actually 1 hex northeast. Is where you left the Macedons, and they seem to be just hanging out near that stream. You managed to get back to camp. It is dark now. Yeah, you guys have had a fulfilling meal. Explored a little bit and found these interesting Macedons. What order are you going to be sleeping in tonight?
I'll go second.
Well, whoever's got to get their spells back should do that via in the first couple watches.
Yeah, I gotta get him back, but I'll go second because it's closer to midnight, and that's when I can talk to my god better.
Who's first?
I'll go first.
Who's third?
I'll go third.
All right.
I'll take the last.
Okay. Legolas, during your watch, roll a 1d6, please. During your watch, you begin to feel the earth shake. It sort of, he sounds like something approaching, but you can feel the whole ground just shaking. All of you wake up. Clay, you do need a undisturbed rest, right? No, Erevan, you're a half elf. I can't remember.
I'm full elf.
Full elf, yeah. You don't
I
need
just need to be able to talk to my god. That's all I gotta do.
right,
So once I communicate with my god, I get my spells back.
right. No, but you sleep is the point.
What?
Do you
no,
sleep?
I pray to my god. Once I'm done praying, I get them back.
No, I know, but I mean, talking about real mechanics. You need to sleep. You're human, right? So,
Yeah, I'm sort of human.
The
I'm some
celestial.
hybrid.
Yeah. You're something.
I'm a hybrid class where it's
You mean a hybrid race?
yeah, I'm a hybrid race.
Okay. All right. So okay. Anyway, the point is, there is a you Legolas. Give me a deck saving throw, please. All right. So
Seemed like a stampede.
what's that?
Does it seem like a stampede?
No, it doesn't. You guys wake up. It feels like an earthquake. It is very clearly an earthquake. You guys are already prone though, so you don't fall prone. You're just shaken up out of sleep. You rolled around a little bit. Trees are swaying. There doesn't appear to be any fissures that are opening up in the ground, but it's a big. I mean, it's a big shock. You're like, wow, and it lasts for about 30 seconds. It's not super long, not super short, but that's a little surprising. You had felt a minor rumble like back in when you were in the jungle, but that was very. I mean, it was barely noticeable. This is a little shocking. And you're just like, okay, that's weird. So there's 30 seconds, major shock, and you wait for another 30 seconds and it stops. It's not there anymore. You wait a little bit longer. It's not there. It was just a bit of a tremor. And then so you go back. You can go back to sleep. Aravan, during your watch, nothing happens as well. Excuse me, guys. Oh, God's sake. So yeah. So and I'm then going to double check one more thing. You wake up the next morning early to rise. All of you feel you had a really good, even though you were woken by this tremor. Every one of you feels refreshed. I don't think anybody had exhaustion anyway, but you feel extremely refreshed, which is nice. I know that you were in Leomund's tiny hut, but maybe the air around you, or whatever the air in the trees are really good. So you feel really refreshed, pretty hungry, and ready to start the day. What do you want to do?
Well, have breakfast for sure.
Yep, you need breakfast. Yep. Okay. By the way, the Triceratops, they're just munching on some of the leaves in the grass. They're happy. Okay, yeah, have breakfast, clear camp, and you set off for the rest of the day. Where are you going? Again, still same beautiful day, barely a cloud in the sky, but the mountains you can see a little bit more. I'll give you a little bit more of the mountains here. Yeah, from that angle. Yep. Mountain range.
I think I'll point out to the others, when I went out on my little night journey, there was a stream up there. Maybe we can go there and follow that up.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I mean, there's water in case we need it.
Okay, so you guys head up. You're going to head up to sort of where that stream was? Okie dokie. I do not understand. Why is a goddamn an object? Why can I not move the damn object? I didn't lock it. There we go. Or maybe it was just. All right. You go 1 mile. You go another mile, and let's reveal a little bit more. You can see in the distance, the mastodons are still there. They look like they're sort of just coming up from sleep as well. They were sleeping. They've been drinking the water, and they look like they're heading off again. You can see on the map. There's a couple of branches of this stream as well. slow moving. It appears to be coming from the underground here. This is the source of the river, of the stream, or one of the sources. Okay.
Should we follow it downstream then?
Well, if we're gonna head to the mountains, yeah.
And the Macedon begin hitting sort of east northeast as you guys are approaching. They see that there's 4 of you and 2 Triceratops. They still don't pay much heed.
Do you think we should follow the river or follow the mastodons?
Well, if we're gonna go to the mountains, we should head toward mountains. I don't know if the mastodons are anything that we need to deal with. I mean, unless you need to do something else with them.
I think I got all we need.
Okay, and you guys are deciding. They move off. They move off again, and they're just like. As they do that, you also sort of. Kane, it's interesting. You hear them. They're not talking, but they seem to be like. You swear it was like humming, or they're like. I guess communicating, and they're sort of like, yeah, it sounds like humming. Okay, so you got follow the river. Let's go to the Mastodons.
If I hear the humming, could I cast Speak with Animals and sort of see like what?
So you guys are. I'm assuming you guys have gone up here now, right? So where they were. Like you can, the stream is literally 10 feet across, so it's not. I mean, you can easily ford it. So you want to cast? You want to cast Speak with Animals? So you got to go up.
Yeah, I want to cast Speak with Animals, just see if they're communicating anything like meaningful.
Okay, so you guys want to? Do you want to? Again, the group is going to go do this. That's another mile.
Which way is it? You said there's humming, right?
Yes, there's humming.
Which way is the humming coming from? Is it coming from the?
It's coming from it's coming from the Mastodons. Yeah.
I'd be willing to go out of our way for that.
I might be able to talk to them, see where we can go.
Okay. So you you go over here and you get behind them, keeping your 50 feet spacing. You guys are now you're literally following them in their footsteps, and they don't seem to mind or care. So you're gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Yeah.
Okay, show it to me again.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So you can't comprehend languages, but as they're humming, this is what you hear. Okay, you sort of like you hear off to the end we go. It's been a real good time. Boy, my feet are tired. But we're going to a better place. It's kind of what it's what they're humming. But are you gonna say something? You're gonna try to ask them something?
Yeah, I want to be like, hey, Hello there.
And then the three of you guys, as he says, "Hey, hello there." These two massive beasts stop, and they both go. And they look around at you, Kate. And then that you hear, "Talk, us." You're not able, ironically, except for that humming part. You're not able. They don't seem to be very eloquent. It's very, very halting. Maybe it's. You can tell. It sounds like they're old, and maybe it's also that they are not very smart. They've got So you've talked to other animals before, and you realize, okay, maybe these are not the. They don't have the biggest brains, but hey, they say you talk.
I'll speak up a little bit for them, just in case they couldn't hear me as well.
Okay, that's so considerate. So considerate. All right. Okay.
Me, talk. You, where are you going?
We go long home. We go last home.
Last home place to die?
Die? What die?
Sleep forever.
Forever?
Sleep long.
You big word. Don't. No.
Seen others like me?
Sometime.
Where?
Meh. Here. Here he points to the ground. This first one points to the ground. There points to the north. There points to the west. Here. We tired. We go home. And he looks over at the other one, and he kind of like, okay, it's sort of like the Sarah and Tri-Tip. Maybe not brother, but one's a male, one's a female. And they're both like, we old tired, go home. And then he says, he sort of turns back. He goes, you go where?
Let's go to. How do I put in Mastodon terms?
Then his eyes light up, and he goes, "You're going to hell!" No. Welcome to the Halloween edition of Saltmarsh's Isle of Dread.
Us go to large shiny stones. You seen?
Large shiny stone. Shiny? And then so roll. Give me give me charisma check. What is it? Persuasion. A persuasion check. Yep.
Hey, not too bad.
And sort of the female looks at the husband. She's like pecks him with her trunk. And they go with their trunk. They start saying something, but they're whispering. They're not letting you hear. And the husband goes, "Oh, shiny! You come. I show."
Okay. Also, ground shake. Often?
Often. Many.
Many?
Nowadays, many. Don't know. Don't care. We go home. You come. I show shiny.
Okay.
And they turn around without like any, you know, formality. They just turn around and they start walking away. Start leaving.
I'll turn
By the
back-
way, they're now totally chill with some dwarf talking to them. That okay.
I'll turn back to the rest of the party and start relaying the information. But like the first half comes out in elephant-like noises. They're like, oh, sorry. So
And you guys are hearing this weird, like, just like, oh man, Kane's up to that again. All right. Okay.
they're going to die, but they're okay with it. They're old, I guess. They're taking us to shiny stones, so hopefully, I don't know. We'll see.
Legolas, you're immediately intrigued.
Others like us, northwest and everywhere over here. So,
Okay.
and the ground's been shaking more frequently.
Okay, so as you sort of follow them, they're moving this way. You're following them as well. Kane, give me 1d6, please. And Clay, give me 1d6, please. Sorry, Logan. All right. So you guys get over here, and let me just reveal this. You get to what appears to be a ravine or crevasse that's in the plateau is all flat, but there's a beginning of a hole, like a big ravine. It's still flat, so you don't know where this has sort of come from. But the first Macedon points his trunk shiny, and he points to that ravine. You, like shiny, have shiny, and then he begins continuing to walk.
As soon as it kind of like sounds like they're start muttering, I need to recast my speak with animals so I can understand them.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah. So he was like,
like,
yeah. You cast it again.
what did you say?
He's shiny there.
Okay.
And he goes, we go. So he begins. He's going a little bit sort of northeast. He's sort of loosely following the ravine, but not right next to it. He's sort of going that direction. I need to double check something, and
As they're walking off, they're like, "Thank you."
then you guys hear Kane go, and then those two. It's he's doing his thing. Okay. As you get a little closer to this ravine, Kane, your spider senses are tingling. Not the scared ones, the excited ones. Like, hang on. Okay, rock. I like rock. That's the level you're at right now. So you guys are you're near this ravine. What do you want to do?
I don't want to look down and see if I can see any of the shiny stones they were talking about.
Yeah, I was just say, let's look in there and see what we can see.
As you look down, it appears it's a ravine. It's only about 10, 15 feet down. It's the beginning of one, and as you go to the northeast, it gets wider and deeper. You can see some flecks of rock. It's like there's earth, and then below the earth there's like some rock, and you can see some little things in the rock. You don't know what, but something there. It's about 15 feet down into the ravine, the first part of the ravine.
Well, I can go down and take a look at it.
Okay, swashbuckle, jump down, or are you gonna?
Well, is it like sheer sides?
Yeah, I mean, again, let's say 20, 30 feet side to side and 15 feet down. You can get, I mean, you can clamber down. You can clamber down.
Have them hold on to it, tie it off to something, whatever. I'll climb down there.
Okay. So, Aravan, you climb down, and you can't be sure, but this doesn't look like just average bedrock. You know that Kane needs to come down and check it out.
Okay. You need to look at this.
And so by the way, is it just, who's holding on? Is it a rope you guys are holding on to, or just clambering down?
Well, like I said, I would say we tie off the rope so it's easier to go down and come back out.
Okay.
Whether we tie it off to
Tri-top.
or to one of the Triceratops, it doesn't make any difference to me.
Okay, tie it to tri-tip. Got it. Kane, you get down there, and so give me an insight check. $20. So the insight was, it's clearly some metal. It's mineable metal. You have enough insight that this is a gold mine, or a gold ore vein that starts here, and you don't know how far down it goes. You think you'd probably have to explore, you have to get a better. It's pure. It's just ore. It's not gold pieces, but it's a vein. You realize that this is how gold is made, and it's rare that you get to see it out in the open. So usually you're digging for it, but this is.
You said it was shiny?
Well, it's you can see the little. It's not shiny. It's gold ore, but it's embedded in rock, so it needs to be refined, right?
Yeah. Well,
and you know from a dwarf perspective, it's not an easy task. You would need to. First of all, you don't know how much it is. You got to go explore how large that vein might be, but then also, you know that this would take equipment. Somebody would have to spend, somebody with in general, somebody that wants to mine a gold ore could mine maybe 20 pounds of ore a day if they had the right equipment. That's kind of
Mark it on our map.
What were you saying, Aravan? Is there something you wanted to add to that too?
Well, I was just going to say, from my own experience, gold is not shiny. It's actually kind of dull.
It is, yeah. Maybe Mastodon see it differently.
I've seen it in rock. It's not shiny. It's actually kind of dull.
In D&D world, there's little specks, I guess. Little flecks. So, do you want to go and try and find out how much there is?
Yeah, I think I'll also whip out Orectus for the second time now and use its other ability of detect metal.
That's what I wanted. I was hoping someone was going to do that. So yeah, because you've got Erectus, and it can give you a better idea of. You can tell, as it gets closer to it, it gets strong. It is a stronger pull towards it. So using Erectus, you need to give me an intelligence check, pure intelligence check. But I'm going to give it with advantage because of Erectus. Greg. Yeah, you're luck. Okay, good. So it's a small vein. It's not huge, but you have a good estimate. This is worth about 15,000 gold pieces. But again, So it would take that would be about 15. Oh, hang on. Sorry, you've realized that it's about, yeah. So it's 5 gold pieces for every pound of ore that's mined. You realize that one person working with the right equipment can get about, again, can mine 20 pounds of ore a day. However, to obtain this amount, you got to mine, transport, and refine that's a total of 3,000 pounds of raw ore, right? So, yeah, and again, if you've got that medium creature, suitable tools and basic necessities, can mine 20 pounds of ore a day. But it took you about 2 hours to go and sort of get a good estimate, but on the map, go ahead and mark it if you want. That X marks the spot. Literally, it's an ore mine, a gold mine. It's literally gold. Well, it's not a gold mine yet. It's a gold ore or gold vein. Okay. So it's the first hex or hex and a half of that ravine sort of image. Okay, and now, by the way, the Mastodon is sort of out of sight. And you don't know what's further down the ravine. But again, it's about a mile and a half where the concentration of that ore is, and then that starts to peter out. Okay, I'm quite an idiot. I actually had a Mastodon token I could have used, which I will just show you now. Forgot I actually did some work here. So that would have been what you guys... Oh, can you see this? You can see this, right? So that was what the Mastodon actually looked like. All right, but now they've disappeared. Okay, guys, so you've spent a couple hours. It's now it's now about noon, just after noon. You've found the mouth of or the beginning of the stream. You found a ravine with gold ore in it, gold vein. Where to next?
I say we head west. Back towards the water and the mountain.
I was going to say, I thought we were heading to the mountains anyway, so.
Giving you a little bit more view of the mountain there as well, because you can see it. Again, you can see, it looks like this mountain is kind of in the center or like to the west, so. Okay. All right, so you're gonna go due west. Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
Due west, 1, 2, 3 miles in that 1 hour, and I'm going to give you a polygon reveal. There you go. Okay, and you can see you're getting closer to that mountain ridge. Steve, Legolas, give me your 1d6 again, please. Okie dokie. All right, and you're gonna keep going a bit farther. It is now 2 o'clock. Okay, you're gonna go due west.
Yeah.
You get to the edge of the river over here, and Logan, Clay, please give me a. Oops, I'm going.
6.
Sorry, give me 1d6, please. Yes.
There you go. There's the one we've been all looking for, guys.
Have you really been looking for it? Did you really want it?
No, didn't really want it, but
All right.
Make things exciting.
What's that?
Maybe it'll make things more exciting.
Might. Jeff, roll a 2d6 for me, please.
Who?
2d6. Jeff.
Everybody?
Nope, Jeff.
Me.
Yeah, everyone.
Okay. Whoops, sorry.
So just roll it again. 8. Okay. 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 You guys get to this. You get to the edge of the stream. This part of the stream is a bit wider. It's about 20 feet wide. Again, this is not a huge river. Across the river, you see about 10 boars, and they're big. These aren't just regular size. Hey, this is good bacon. These are like, okay, these are very big animals, the size of horses. They look up and they've got big tusks. They look over across the river at you guys, and they're like angry. They don't growl. And it's pork. Pork doesn't growl. But
I hear them breaking their teeth.
I wonder if giant boars break teeth.
No. So, like, if you ever hunt boars,
Yeah.
they'll what they'll do is they'll break their tusks to make them extra sharp.
How do they do that?
Like, just by biting down, they snap their tusks so it doesn't like break the whole tusk off. It breaks off a little chunk, and it makes them so they're even more sharper.
Really?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
That's pretty. That's nuts.
yeah.
Yeah.
When
So
when I used to hunt pigs, that's what like you'd hear them do that, and you're like, oh crap, this is gonna suck tonight.
So what would they do then? How you mean? Would they?
Like, because we'd have dogs with us, you'd hear
Yeah.
them breaking their tusks as they take off running.
So they're escaping, they're trying to charge you.
No, they're running from the dogs, but the thing is, they know they're going to get tired, and then they're going to sit there and turn around and attack.
Right. If they get cornered and they get
Yeah.
and okay, well,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, they're doing that. So let's just say these guys they're doing that, but they're not running away. They're just like I mean, it's like like there's like 10 of them, and there's a couple young, boar as well. So maybe they're just but they look fierce and pissed.
So we back off, guys. Back off slowly.
Okay, so you guys are gonna sort of like, again, it's across the water, so you haven't gone across the water yet, and you see a couple of them. They run up towards the water, and so they stand there, back off. They're not looking like they're going through the water either. Okay, so you guys back off. I want you to give me a. Everybody, give me a performance check. I guess.
Can I just fail that now?
You want to fail the performance check? Sure, if you want. Wow, Greg, you
And it shouldn't have been on.
bowed, and they're like, go away. Wow, wow. All right, Legolas. Okay.
She did good.
On the overall, you do fine. There's a very, very tense moment as Legolas falls down. As he's sort of backing up, he trips on a. Actually, give me a dex saving throw, please, Legolas. Yep. he trips on a rock. He doesn't take any damage, but when he pops back up, the boars see that as sort of like confrontational. But Kane is able to like, it's okay, good piggy, and you guys back away, and you don't need to go fight these giant boar. Okay. So what are you gonna do? You gonna go? They were like right in front of you to the northwest.
I say we go southwest a little.
Okay.
Also, when we're looking at the mountain, is it like really steep?
So you can see that. So yeah, let's say that. So you can see it's a cliff. It's like cliffs. It's like a cliff wall.
Yeah.
Okay. Very steep. Almost 90 degrees. Maybe like 80 degrees. So this is like rock climbing. This is hardcore rock climbing. It is. Let me just say. So the top of these cliffs appears jagged. There's a couple places, if you look around, even there's snow covered. It's very, very tall. You think it's going to take, if you guys wanted to climb up that, it would be like 12 hours or so.
Okay, so we need to find another way. We need to find another way, is what I'm trying to figure out.
So here, what you deduce from that. So sorry, go ahead, Legolas.
We could just cast fly on our Triceratops and fly to the top of the mountain.
Good.
How long does fly last?
10 minutes.
Yeah. It wouldn't last to get up to the top here. That's how high it is. So, but again, yes, it looks difficult to get up, but it's not impossible. You can definitely climb. You would just need to. It'd be some effort. Right? And again, because it'd be 12 hour. It looks like that's at least half a day or full day to get up there. And then when we're up there, it's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be cold. Maybe it's definitely gonna be cold. Maybe right in front of you, it's not. There's no snow, but there's other parts that are snowy. As you look, it also. I mean, it kind of goes around. Like you can see the shape. It's like a circle, maybe. It's a big ring.
I say we work our way around the outside, heading like southwest.
Mm-hmm.
And just keep working our way around.
Is it good for everybody?
Yeah.
Away from the boars.
Yeah. Preferably on this side of the river.
Okay. Okay, so you're going to stay to the southwest then? Got it. Okay, let me just do this. All right. So you guys move. You're going to follow the river? Or are you going to cross the river? You're going to stay on the south side of the river?
Yeah, we're staying on our side of the river.
Yep. And then you've just gone another mile. Reveal areas and to do polygon reveal. Yep, so you managed to get closer to sort of the delta, I guess. You can see there's two streams that are sort of intersecting. Again, it seems to be really nice, fresh water, very clear. And again, you guys have spent so much time in the jungle. This is sort of nicely refreshing. Okay, so you get there. It's about 3 o'clock now. Okay. And I will get Kane, give me a 1d6, please. Okay. And now, do you want to cross, or are you going to stay on this side?
So we cross and let's just cross and go straight west.
Okay. 3. Okay. So you get here again. You see the mountain, the cliff, still the same.
Okay. All right. So we go northwest.
Okay. And Kane, you give me a Erevan, give me a 1d6, please. All right. As you get a little closer there, you notice there was some more forest. There was forest there was another sort of a tributary of the river down here to the south. There's the beginning of a forest there, and you're sort of coming up towards another forest to the northwest.
I say we go check out the forest.
Okay. As you're looking, and it's not look, all right. As you look, you don't see any. It all still seems to be the same kind of cliff. Where you are. Okay. Now where?
Do we want to head more west towards the forest?
I mean, it's getting late now, I think, so.
It's about 5 o'clock now, so you gotta sort of getting campfire time.
Maybe make for the forest for camp.
Okay. So you're gonna go northwest. You can go northwest, and then so if you go here, follow the river, go here. You can go one more hex after this, but you've already got. You can see. You're in the same kind of forest. This is a little bit more. This is a little bit more dense. It's not as the other one was sort of like shrub, grassland forest. This is a bit more like a dense, real forest. Trees are a mix of those deciduous trees that you saw previously and some more evergreen type trees. It's interesting. So you can go one more hex if you want.
I say we go into the forest, one hex and set up camp.
Okay, west, northwest, or southwest?
Let's go west.
There you go. Okay, so that's where you are. You can't see much farther in the forest. It's more dense, but you can still see a mile. So I'm going to give you the mile visibility. There you go. That's actually a tree. So, all right. And so with that, okay, so you guys are going to set up camp. Last time you set up Leoman's tiny hut, but you got yourselves comfortable. You can do the same thing tonight. You're going to set a fire or just hang out in the hut. I mean, you find a place that it's clear enough that you can have a proper campsite as well.
Okay. That's up to the rest of them.
Yep.
Works for me. I'm gonna set up camp like we had before to be fine.
Okay.
Great.
Okay. And so you guys are you're gonna do your same delicious meal again, or Clay?
I'll see if I can't scrounge for some more flavor,
Some more what?
some more flavoring.
Okay. Give me a nature check with advantage now, because you know what you're looking for. Wow, yeah. So yeah, you managed to find some of these sort of peppery spices. Legolas, you're out looking for some of these spices, and Clay, you're starting the fire to get this food ready. Kane, Kane and Erevan, as you're sort of getting the camp ready, Triceratops sort of all comfortable and stuff, the clearing that you started in and you sort of built the fire, as you come back from getting the Triceratops ready and sort of getting camp set up, you swear to God that that the clearing has gotten a little bit bigger since you arrived. It's like it was maybe 10 feet, very relatively small. You're like, what the hell? Once you can see it's now like 15, maybe 20 feet wide. The clearing has gotten bigger.
Is there any signs in the ground of movement or what have you?
Give me an investigation check. Survival check. Sorry. You can't see any. There's no footprints. There's no tracks. There's no creatures that have been causing disturbance in the forest. But you swear, though, Erevan, certain parts of the forest, like the layer of the leaves and some of the roots and stuff, is not the same. It's like it looks like that's shifted. With your survival skills, you're like, that's still wouldn't have been caused by that tremor. You thought, okay, maybe the tremor is shaking things up. Doesn't seem like that.
Can I take a look at the trees nearby?
Yeah. You want to give me investigation?
Sure.
What are you looking for specifically?
Just to see if they're like alive at all.
Okay. Did you roll a 1? No.
No.
A +1 intelligence. Got it. As you rolled a 19. Okay. Clay. What wood did you use for the fire?
I didn't set up a fire. I've been just casting that and doing that.
Sorry, I was extrapolating. Somebody was making a fire. So
if I'm doing a fire, I'm looking for dead wood.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing alive. It's very like I'm using very dead wood.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try.
Okay, and Kane, give me a roll of 1d8, please. 1d8. So, 3. First tree that you check out, everything seems fine. No, you're like, okay. It's a tree. Full-on pine tree.
Check all the closest ones around our camp.
Okay. You go to the second, third, and you're like, okay, these trees seem normal. When you get to the fourth tree, it's just a regular tree as well. But you have had some experience, and you're going, this tree doesn't look like it was here for a long time. For whatever reason, the position of the roots, or the coloring of the bark compared to the other trees. Excuse me, compared to the other trees, seem a little out of place. It's very strange, but it's not moving. It's not like Not doing anything. And so, Erevan, or Legolas, so you've managed to get some of these, this pepper, and you come back to the clearing as well, and like the clearing seems larger. How the hell did this get larger since I was gone? But nothing's. There doesn't seem to be anything untowards.
Stab the tree. See if it bleeds.
You gonna what the tree?
Stab the tree and see if it bleeds.
Okay. What
No,
weapon?
that's what I'm saying to them. Like, just stab the tree and see if it bleeds.
Okay. So you're not gonna
Don't
stab
stab
the
the
tree?
tree.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
So Kane, the two of your companions are starting to rattle you. Like
We're
hang
not
on.
stabbing the trees.
Yeah, I'm not stabbing the tree.
Okay.
Tree, I don't know if you can hear me, but did you move?
Who?
I'm talking to the tree. Literally.
You're gonna literally talk to the tree?
Just-
Nothing.
yeah.
Nothing. No response. Okay. So yeah, doesn't seem to be any movement, no nothing.
I think they're going farther away from us, not closer. So we can see what happens overnight.
Okay. So guys, now you're you're gonna take turns. You guys have your foods ready. Really nice peppery mush. I guess what kind of food is created? What kind of food's mush? Like porridge?
Yeah, I guess it's a porridge.
Like peppery oatmeal, which is ironically kind of good. This is a good fruity yet spicy spice that Legolas has found. Okay. Same order: Kale, Kane, Clay, Legolas, Erevan, or are you gonna mix it up?
And mortar's part of that turn.
Okay. All right. Okay, Erevan. The night seems to be uneventful. I need you to give me a perception check. Okay. When you wake up, or not wake up, when your watch is finished, Kane and Clay.
Yeah.
Just give me a second. I need you to. Oh, damn it. Each of you, I need you to roll a 1d20, please. Pretty slow. Okay, 10 and 20. Got it. Kane, when you wake up, you don't know why, but your mess kit, half of your rations, and your water skin are no longer around. Clay. Clay 1,
Yeah.
2, 3.
So something.
Your rope and
Yeah.
your entire explorer pack are gone.
So here's the question: I'm inside Tiny's Lehman's tiny hut.
Yep.
Nothing can come in unless it's.
I can change that too, given that it was the stuff that was on the Triceratops. It was not the
Okay.
stuff that was in. It was not stuff that was in the tiny hut.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I just didn't want to go through the.
Oh, I fully understand.
Yep.
Pretty
Yep.
much you're saying stuff's missing. I'm like.
Stuff's
sure.
missing. Stuff's missing. Yeah.
Okay.
And you didn't see what happened, Erevan, and that's kind of weird. But what you also did notice is some of the wood that you'd gathered is gone too. Even though it was so that's not there anymore. And Erevan, you didn't notice it was, it was an uneventful night. So kind of weird little thing. Nothing too crazy. But your explorer pack's gone. I don't know what was in the explorer pack.
Quite a bit of stuff.
Okay.
More.
You
more
wake
just rope.
You wake up again, and again, feel good. Everybody feels good. It's good to be out in the fresh air, even though you're in the Lehman's tiny hut. Anything you want to do before you sit up this morning?
While I'm waking up and preparing my spells, I'd like to prepare Speak with Plants.
Speak with plants. Okay, sure.
And then I'd like to go up to preferably that same tree that looked like it had not been there for very long.
Mm-hmm.
Cast Speak with Plants and be like, hey, you know where stuff?
You know what? When you do that, that tree is no longer there.
Ooh.
In the morning, that tree that you knew that you were just investigating before ain't there. You're like, that's weird. The other trees that you were investigating are still there. So, okay, so
One of
who?
these neighboring trees and be like, hey, what happened to the tree that was like right here yesterday?
Okay. Yes, I'm going to do it this way. Hello. Who are you?
I'm a friend of the
I'm a tree. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I watched Zootopia the other week, by the way. Remember the sloth in the DMV? Oh my god, that was a brutal scene. This is kind of how you're feeling. Okay.
I'm a druid, a friend of the forest.
A druid! Okay.
What happened to your tree friend that was here but a day ago?
Tree friend? Oh, Jim. Jim left.
Was he really a tree like you?
Jim is more than a tree. He's our tree person.
Did he take
Jim comes to us and protects us from fire.
I'm sorry about that. We could have gotten
It's okay. It's very difficult to have a conversation with a tree, as you can tell. It's interrupting. It's not finishing sentences very well, but you're getting the gist. I'm going to stop doing that now. Okay, so, but that's how the conversation was going. Okay.
Which direction did Jim go?
He says, I don't know. Jim goes everywhere. Jim, Bill, Betty, Cindy, they all go everywhere. I don't know. I can't see. I am just a tree.
So there's more than one
Oh,
person.
yes. Of course. You are a druid, right?
Yes.
I think. And by the way, as he's talking, you're kind of like, this tree is actually pretty smart. Smarter than those mastodons, which is like kind of funny. But he indicates, look, these are what you call tree ants. Protectors of the forest, living trees. And they indicate that you've got, you weren't. They took some of your stuff, but that was sort of, you burned some of ours. So they're not hostile. This is, that's what they do.
Sorry for desecrating your fallen allies.
No, it's okay. He doesn't seem to be. He's like, it's like, it's they're dead anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So he doesn't seem to care. But still, it was, yeah. They just have to get something in return. That's the tree ant
Sure.
way.
I can get our stuff back.
Okay.
How we create a big bonfire? Let's burn the forest down.
No, let's not do that.
Luckily, this tree doesn't understand what you're saying. Or maybe he does. You never know. Okay, so anything more you want to glean from this tree?
I want to see does Jim and the other tree ants have like a home?
This is
Or
their
they-
home. This is the whole forest is their home.
Have you seen any others like us?
He says, sometimes, but not very much. Not here. And he goes, so give me roll a 1d10. Okay. And then I want each one of you guys to roll a 1d12, please. Okay.
These what the D12?
Yep. Okay. They say, people like you, and he sort of says, where the sun comes from. And he says, but long time ago, long time ago. And then he looks at you, and he doesn't look at you, he says, from your point of view, more came from northeast, from the north of where sun comes from. And you're like, okay, that's northeast. But mainly animals and non-people like you around here. We love it here. Especially with Jim. Jim's awesome. Okay.
Do you have a name?
By the way, you can call me T.
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 Mr. T?
T, the tree, is my full name.
Thank you.
And
for
you are
My name is Kane.
Kane. And he says,
He's my full name.
and he says, Kane Arcatos, perfectly, like, no accent. You're just like, holy crap, this guy, he knows his stuff. Okay, Kane Arcatos and your group, have a good day.
Thank you. As help payback, as reward for answering my questions, I can take some of your seeds and start growing them in this area if you'd like.
Yeah, that's a great offer. You can help me have more tea.
More tea.
And so this is weird. So as you do that, he's one of the evergreens. So he's got pine cones, and they all just sort of fall like really quickly. You guys can see there's all this hail of pine cones. There's like about 5 pounds of like piles of pine cones around here. You just got forget it. You just got pined. So yeah, he's like, that's so nice. Thank you, Kane.
I'd like to take one of them and plant them at my home when I return.
And as you say that, he sort of says, you hear him speak some language. You understand, but he's telling all of his friends, and you see a lot of the leaves, like, or the other trees sort of, some of their pine cones are falling down. But they're saying, yeah, thank you, thanks very much. That's very good. These are good guys. Clay, give me a roll of 1d4. Roll a 1 or a 2. Okay.
There you go.
So as that happens, about 50 feet away from one of the trees, you see your explorer kit fall down.
Okay.
As well as a whole bunch of pine cones.
I go over and pick up the pine cones and put them in my explorer pack.
Okay, there you go. That's all you can find. You can't find the rest of the stuff.
Nope, don't care. Just
all right. Okay, so so he says, King. Have a good adventure. Nice to meet you. Thanks very much. See you later. Bye. And he stops talking.
Nice meeting you. And
It's sort
I'll
of, yeah.
get
Okay.
the pine cones.
How many of these pine cones do you want to take? And now there's a whole bunch. It's not a whole, like, every tree didn't shed all their pine cones, but each of them like shed like half a pound kind of thing. So there's a bunch of pine cones now lying around.
I'll grab a couple from tea, and put them in like the surrounding area, and I want to cast Druidcraft to just kind of
In the surrounding area. What do you mean? You're in the forest, right? You're in the forest.
Yeah, we were in like a little clearing area.
Yeah.
Or 2 in there, and then maybe a few on the outskirts, and then I'd like to bring a big sack of them
Okay.
to plant along the way.
pretty much I got my explorer's pack. I fill my explorer's pack full of them.
Okay. Don't you have
There's
anything
nothing-
in your explorer's pack?
I thought I didn't get anything back. I got my pack.
No. Whatever was in your explorer's pack it's full. You got it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just being goofy. So I got my oil. I had an oil flask in there.
They didn't want to deal with that. They was like, hey, let's play with fire. Yep.
A tinder box, a crowbar,
Yeah.
and that's about it.
Okay. It's all back. You got it all back.
Yeah. So I got plenty of room in my pack.
You can put another 3-4 pounds of pine cones if you want. I mean, they're kind of bulky, but
Yeah.
okay.
I fill my pack to the brim with pine cones.
Okay.
We got like an extra sack or something around.
You want to just like fill her up with pine cones?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. And Kane, what do you want to do? You want to cast Druidcraft? Is that?
Yeah, so like halfway down, it says you instantly make a flower blossom, a seed pod open, or a leaf bud bloom.
Oh wow.
Maybe that could be like pine cone. I'm not sure how that works exactly, but
Yeah,
anyway.
seed pod open. Yeah, seed pod open. You can have like. Yeah, so you can only do it for one pine cone, but you could do that.
Mhm.
Okay, so you sort of like clear out an area that's like.
So
It's a cantrip. There you go. So you want to do it.
Just do it on a couple.
Okay, so yeah, you can put a couple in this area. Yeah, so like you've just there's some childbirth for your new buddy T. Good. Yeah, you plant 3. There's 3 trees in this area you can plant. So okay.
I don't want to take one from T specifically. Put it aside in my pack, away
Okay.
from the rest.
Again, so how many do you want? How many do you want to take with you? How many pine cones? Like
If I've got like a sack full,
okay, a whole sack full. Okay, so that's like a couple, like 100 pine cones. So okay. Okay.
So he took stuff from T. I took some from everyone else.
Yep. He's got from everyone else as well, but he's got a lot from T.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. You guys. So Erevan, who's now half asleep, and Legolas, who's probably bored out of his skull, are also going. What the hell are you guys talking to these freaking, these bark nuts for? It's now the morning though. Time to set off. Which way you want to go, guys? Deeper into the forest? Do you want to go closer to the cliff? What do you want to do?
we said there are more people like east and northeast, so maybe follow like the ridge line up.
Okay, so it's about 9 in the morning. You've already had breakfast, first breakfast. You go east. As you go east, you get
Like east northeast area.
East,
We
northeast.
mark on the map of trees that will take stuff.
trees that will take stuff.
Yeah.
T. There's T. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're now. Wait, no, not Kane. Okay, so you're over here in the first hour. Again, to the east, like, oh, that's just more cliff. You can see that the cliff right here is a little more. There's some. What do you call it? There's some snow at the top, but seems to be a little bit. Seems to be a little less snow to the. A little bit to the northeast. But again, it's like T was telling you to go east is where people were, but again, you go east, but you're now at the cliff.
Said like east northeast, so maybe just follow the cliff up.
He said east was people like you, and then also the northeast there was other people.
Okay.
So he was saying like there's 2 places.
Oh.
He wasn't saying one place there's like
Okay.
east northeast. He was saying east there are people and northeast there are people, or there have been people, or there at one time.
Maybe there are dwarves in these hills. There be dwarves in them there hills.
He wasn't, just to be clear, he wasn't specifically saying dwarves, he was saying people. So, okay, so you got 1 hour, you're at the cliff face.
Follow it north.
You're gonna go north on the cliff, okay, so, alright. Give me 1d6, please, but, no, I need you to give me 1d8.
8?
1d8. Alright. 1 and 2, and you get here. And let's just do this reveal. You get to about here, and you realize that the mountains are starting to go to the east. The ridge goes to the east. As you get to this hex, though, about a mile away, you can see something quite interesting. And I will tell you exactly what it is. There is it appears to be some kind of tower. You hadn't seen it before, but as you're getting closer, it sort of appears relatively quickly. It's like a couple 100 feet tall. Appears to be some kind of like obelisk or some kind of monolith or some I guess a tower at the top. You can't really tell, but like that thing looks like it's pointing up. It's pretty thin but very tall.
Let's go to that.
Okay, you head over. All right, so you get closer, and this object gets very, very, I guess, ominous. Weather's still the same, still feels really nice, but this thing it's massive. It's a metal obelisk. It measures about 250 feet tall, 4 sides, and each base is about 25 feet to a side. The top tapers to a point, and each surface, like the surface of each of these sides, is inscribed with strange runes. None of you have ever seen these runes before. Like I'm not even gonna get you to roll you've never seen these before. What you do notice though is within about 150 feet around the obelisk, there's no grass that's growing. It looks like it's made of iron, maybe, but not. And none of you guys, it doesn't like that's maybe iron, but not quite sure. Anything you guys want to do with this?
Can I also pull out Erectus and do the metal thing to see if it is iron?
Erectus, you pull it out, and nothing. Erectus is not indicating anything. You're like, that's weird. Although Erectus was was it for valuable metal? I can't remember. So
I'm not sure.
Detect, metal or metal ore, and it does not register, which is very strange. Give me also, if while you're doing that, Kane, give me an investigation check, please. I'll get you to make it with advantage, though. Yeah. Again, it looks like metal, but Erectus is telling me it's not, and that's all you can gather from that.
You know what? I've got an inspiration that I had from last one. Can I re-roll that investigation?
Sure.
Alrighty. And do I?
Yeah, I'll give you. Yeah, you can roll it with advantage.
Thank you.
Yeah, even worse. You think it's wood? It's a bunch of vines all growing together. No.
Does it look like it's like a tower, like you could enter it, or just like a solid?
I mean, there are no hole. There's like no windows and no places that a person would go out of. There's no balconies. It doesn't look. You don't have no idea what's inside, but on the outside, it doesn't look like there'd be like they're trying to light any light in, or people have built this. I'll give you that. And again, there's all around. There's 25 feet wide, right? Each of the sides, and it's covered with these really strange runes.
Rest.
What was that? Sorry.
Oh, just interesting.
Legolas, any thoughts or suggestions here?
Not really.
Okay. So you guys are just sort of hanging around it. The Triceratops are kind of indifferent to it, which is weird because, like, okay, well, not sure. Aravan, any thoughts? Any suggestions here?
Well, if I've not seen something like this before, there's not a whole lot I can add to the conversation. So at this point, I'm kind of keeping an eye out around us. Then
Okay.
Just pray to my God, and maybe he'll have an idea for me. But
Roll a 1d20. Gods can be quiet, as yours is now.
yep, all on deaf ears.
Yeah, I mean, this is. I mean, it's a very. This is very weird. You guys, it's just in the middle of nowhere. Aravan, give me a. I want you to give me a survival check, please. Or yeah, survival check. Yeah, I mean, it's like there's no indications of who has built it, where it's come from. There's no market. There's no like tracks leading to it or from it.
and where is this thing?
It's right where you guys are. I'll put an X here for you if you want.
Yeah.
Well, I'll put a square because that's.
Does it look like it's pointed top? Or
Yes,
is it more...
it's a pointed top. So again, it's 250 feet. At the top 20 feet or so, the sides come together in points. So it's pointing.
And the sides are smooth stone, or just
Again, you don't know if it's stone. It doesn't appear. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you haven't touched it. You don't know if it's smooth, but you know that there's these markings, these runes all over it. The runes are like, let's say they're more intricate in the bottom third of it. They're kind of more plain in the middle, and then the top is still more, you think, more intricate as well.
well, I go feel the stone or the surface just to see.
Okay. As you touch it, it's extremely smooth. Like it looks like it should be glossy, like like polished metal, but it's not shiny. But when you touch it, it feels like it would have been like really glossy metal, and it's warm to the touch.
Hmm.
I think it needs a sacrifice.
Are you volunteering?
No, I'll be the one holding the sword. I mean, you gotta have a divine. You gotta have someone with a divine presence doing the sacrifice.
Well, I thought we were sacrificing you to the gun. Okay. I walk around it and look at all the sides.
Every side has similar but not the same runes on it. And again, these runes are, I mean, they're, you don't know, they're just patterns of maybe characters that we've never seen them before, but they're all different. Each side is different.
Hmm. How big is each side again?
It's 25 feet wide. There doesn't appear to be any kind of obvious door or entrance or.
Well, I'll look for a secret door or something like that on each side just to be certain that there is not some kind of entrance or something.
Okay, give me an investigation check, but again, it is very complicated and complex, so you need to spend some time really checking it out.
It's not like we're going anywhere.
Okay.
And you want to...
No, wait, give me four investigation checks, please.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right. And you can't find any. I mean, you can't find any obvious secret entrance or doorway to these.
Alrighty.
Okay, so just gonna hang out. It's been an extra hour now, so hanging out with it. It's coming up on noon, kind of thing.
Does it feel like stone though?
No, I mean, if you swear it feels like metal, like a super shiny or smooth metal, but it's nothing like you've ever touched before. Imagine if you were in the Middle Ages and you touched something that was as smooth as stainless steel. That's kind of like, oh wow, that's weird. I've never felt that before. Okay, guys. So, if there's nothing else you want to do for this obelisk, do you want to move on?
Right before we do, I just want to like maybe take out a bit of rope, cut it, and try to cast mending when I'm near it. I just want to see if Erectus couldn't tell because of what it is, or maybe it's like there's an anti-magic sort of deal.
So you cast mending, and interestingly, the mend seems even stronger than the original rope. That's weird.
Interesting.
Or no, a more accurate way to say is normally it would take X amount of time to mend. This thing goes instantly mends. That's a better way to describe it.
Yeah, because I think normally it takes a minute.
Yeah, this is done faster. So yeah, it seems to be working. And I'm also going to give you inspiration for using mending, and for doing something like that at this obelisk, because mending one of the least, but really good cantrips to use. As you guys are sitting hanging around, this, your Triceratops begin to roam off.
I'll go track it down.
They haven't gone off. They're just sort of pulling, like, let's go. They're saying they're going to the northeast. So they're going they're going northeast. But you still control them, so if you want to reel them in or do something else, you're more than welcome to.
No, I think I have no idea. My God won't help me, so.
Don't lose faith, cleric.
Oh, I'm not losing faith.
My God won't help me. Oh, it wasn't my God won't help me. It was like, man, my God won't. Matter of fact, my God won't help me. Got it.
Yeah, you won't help me.
Okay.
You want to cast a spell to see if they might answer? I mean, my spell went off fast within this. I don't know.
Well, yeah, let me cast a spell.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast my favorite spell in the world.
Toll the Dead.
No, divination.
So was divination doing it? Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay. so when you usually kick off divination, how does it usually manifest? Is it like you close your eyes, you detect your god's presence, or what is it?
No, I pray to my God and I ask him a question, and last time I asked him, he did almost like a open the clouds up, had like the sunbeam come down on top of a cave when I asked him where the dragon was.
Okay. This time, as you are praying, usually when you pray, you sort of got to get warmed up, and you get
Yeah.
you got to sort of like tune into the God's frequency, and it's this is God speaking. There you go, and you get connected with Him. This time, as you close your eyes and your spell is cast, you immediately hear, "Clay, it is me. You can hear me. Can you not?"
Yes, I can.
Very, very clear, and like crystal clear, fiber optic quality in your head and your body, in your soul. You hear it. It's like a direct connection between your God and your soul.
Oh.
Very strange and very. Give me a religion check, please. 7. You know that this is something you haven't felt before, but it's also something you have always been looking forward to. Deeper connection with your deity.
Yeah.
So, Clay, what request of me?
Do you know what this obelisk is?
Oh, so that's a single question.
Yep, single question.
Yep, and he says, "Yes."
Okay. I'll have to wait 7 days to ask him more about it. I'm sorry, I'm tired.
No, it's okay. He also goes. He says, "Yes." Seek. He says, what does he say? Yes. Do not be afraid. But find the key. He goes, do not be afraid, but find the key. And he says, this is the path to enlightenment. You're like, wow, I just thought you were just going to say yes.
Yeah.
But apparently, divination with this sort of obelisk here gives you a little bit more.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Now, time to find a key. I have no idea what the key looks like.
Nope, and he won't tell you apparently. So, okay. So with that though, guys, you've got to this mysterious obelisk that. Do you tell what you've learned to the rest of the group?
Yeah, I definitely tell to the party, hey, my God spoke to me. When normally it takes forever, like it was instant. He just instantly spoke to me, and he tells me this is the path to enlightenment, and we need to find a key.
Okay. So that's it originally started as, hey, this is maybe a little mysterious. This is very cryptic and maybe not very good, but you get a much better vibe now from hearing from your God. We're going to finish it for tonight, but just remember, you guys, you've met this obelisk. You went and met Jim. Well, you didn't meet Jim. You met T in the forest. You found a gold vein. You avoided boar gore, and you met some Macedons that are going off to a better place, apparently. So with that, we're going to stop tonight's session, and we will pick it up next Wednesday. Is everybody okay for next week?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Iffy?
Nicole's going in for a surgery on Tuesday, so
Okay.
Wednesday I'll be picking up. I don't know if I'll be available, so I'll just keep you advised.
We'll play it by ear. Steve, any word?
I should be okay.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you very much. I know it's been a while, but again, next Wednesday, everybody. Thanks for watching if you were watching, and we'll see you next time on Saltmarsh's Isle of Dread. Night. Bye.
Bye.